Hi, everyone. It's Ellen March with Sulky of America, and we are here with another edition of Sew What? So today we're going to be talking about sewing on the go. So I definitely want to hear from you if you take your sewing with you, whether that is to a class, to a guild event, to any of your travels. If you take sewing with you on a cruise, if you take sewing with you on a road trip, I want to hear about it because recently, well, I just got back yesterday from teaching a guild event, and I'm not sure if you're even aware that Sulky does guild events, but we will travel to you and present a workshop or a class or a lecture to your entire guild. So yesterday I had the great pleasure to be welcomed at the American Sewing Guild Denver chapter. And we did 2 half-day sit and sew workshops, and it was so much fun. So we started the morning off with our Sew Elegant workshop, and you can find out more about our guild education at sulky.com and get in touch with us if you want a program for your guild as well. But I digress a little bit. So we started off with our Sew Elegant workshop, where we went through a bunch of different heirloom sewing techniques. We learned how to use a ton of different machine feet to create really cool effects with fabric. And I think everyone enjoyed themselves thoroughly. We had a great time. We met a lot of new friends. Of course, they know each other, but I don't know them. And they did come from far and wide in a snowstorm to get there. So that's dedication, people. So it got me thinking about how we pack our things for traveling to classes. You've got to lug your machine and your basic sewing tools, and everyone had to bring a small travel iron or a large iron if that's all they had. So you end up having a car full of stuff that you have to transport. So how do we make that easy on ourselves? What kinds of things can we do to prepare? What if we live alone and we don't have somebody to help us get into the car? So it was really great to see how a lot of people packed up their goods to bring them into the hotel where we were having this event. Some people had those little canvas kind of wagons that you just pop out. They filled all their stuff, all their things into the wagon, and then just wheeled it into the class. And that was so awesome, especially if their machine could also fit inside. So that was wonderful. The other thing that I thought was cool was some people had these traveling wheeled totes that their machine fit right inside. And so they wheeled it in just like luggage. And then they had that, and they had a suitcase, and they had all of their stuff right at the ready. The other thing that was really interesting to me is no one really had labels on their tools. And as the day went on, we did our second day workshop on Sulky Simply Applique, and I will get into that in a second. But as the day went on, we're going from ironing to using a light box to just walking around and chit-chatting. And all of a sudden, it's like, where did I leave my scissors? Where did I leave my tweezers? Things like that. So we actually had a bunch of these Sulky toolkits that look like this, cute little toolkit. And we had them for sale. And a bunch of the ladies bought these up because they are so great for travel. So I thought it would be good to show you guys what is inside of this. And I'm going to be giving one of these away today on the Facebook Live. So if you are joining me today, be sure to comment, share, like the post, all those good sorts of things. And you will be eligible to win a Sulky toolkit. And I will let you know after the post is live who our lucky winner is. But so the toolkit, of course, it comes in this nice little case where everything is all compact. It comes with a small pair of scissors. It comes with a trusty seam ripper if you happen to have left yours at home, or it's, you know, the chintzy one that came with your machine that kind of doesn't last very long. It comes with a nice skinny little snips. It comes with a long tweezer with a really, really sharp and strong point. It comes with this little screwdriver, which actually is quite long. Now, like I mentioned, for the Sew Elegant workshop, we had to change feet rather, not really quickly, but we had to change our feet a lot. We were experimenting with machine feet. And some people are just like, oh my gosh, where is my screwdriver to change out my foot? If you can't find yours that came with your machine, this screwdriver right here to the rescue. So once everyone started gobbling up the toolkits, it was like, well, everyone's got a red scissor now. What are we to do? So I was super glad that I had labeled mine with this little scissor charm. And these are actually available at sulky.com also. So I knew that my tools, especially since I was teaching the class, were going to get scattered throughout the room. So I made sure to put a little scissor charm on my scissors, and this fits different kinds of scissors as well. As long as the little clip can get around some part of the scissor, it'll work for you. But also this makes a little cute little zipper pull for a jacket, or you could put it on your handbag. And it's a cute little quilt block. See, isn't that cute? But anyway, it was my saving grace to make sure that I got home with the scissors that I knew were mine. So I highly suggest getting something like that, or especially just labeling your tools, you know, a little dot of colored nail polish that you know is your signature color, or a crazy color that you would never wear, but it's great for labeling your tools. You know, put a little dot of nail polish on each one of your little tools, and you know that you're going to go home with all of your stuff, or at least you'll be able to identify who's trying to go home with your stuff. So I highly recommend that. That was something that I learned at the Guild event. So I do want to talk about the Simply Applique Guild program. Now, we have done the Simply Applique as a webinar before. We did our Winter Snowman Simply Applique project as a free webinar. And what's really awesome about that is it comes in 4 seasons. So you can do winter, spring, summer, or fall. These are laser cut applique kits. Okay, this is the fall one. This is what we did for the Guild event. And so each one of these little applique pieces is already laser cut inside of the kit. And it comes with your backing fabric. It comes with your background fabric. It comes with your binding fabric. Okay, so all you need is a piece of batting and a little piece of Cutaway Plus stabilizer to do your decorative stitching to secure all of your appliques, and everything is done. Now, to go along with it is a big old pack of Sulky thread. This is the fall collection. So we've got winter, spring, summer, fall for the threads as well. And you can see, look at all this thread. Okay, so you can choose a different thread spool to match each and every one of the applique pieces. Because when you're doing decorative stitches to hold down applique pieces, that is a lot of surface area to sew. You don't want a color that doesn't match the fabric. It's going to stand out like a sore thumb. That's why we have all the different colors that match the fabric pieces. And then we've thrown in a spool of hollow shimmer and a spool of bobbin thread so that you can get all of your decorative stitching done on this piece. And then you can create a wall hanging and use your binding piece and have a completely finished project. Or you can create a tote bag out of it. You can put the appliques onto a jacket. You can really do whatever you want with this little barn scene or the snowman that I mentioned. And then for spring, it's a little teapot with flowers, tulips, and daffodils coming out of it. And then the summer is a little beehive with a bunch more flowers and a little cute bee. They're so adorable. You can get all 4 seasons and sew them together to make a little seasonal quilt that will be good for your house decor for year round. A bunch of people were getting all 4 kits so that they could do that. But in your little kit, you get the pattern to follow, you get all the laser cut pieces, you get all that fabric I was telling you about. And then the thread kit is, you want to make sure to get the right thread kit for the one that you've picked. Now, these are available for purchase at sulky.com. But like I mentioned, if you do have a guild, if you're part of a guild, if you're president of a guild, we can come to you and teach this class. And it's so fun. Now, I will say I got pretty far on mine, but I was helping people out when we got to the stitching part. So I got all my fusing done for the applique pieces, and I just kind of got started on my sewing, but I got to tell you what, we got really, really far in the class. It's a 4-hour workshop. And with all the chit-chatting we did and the snacking that we did and the fun times we were having, everyone managed to get pretty far on their wall hanging. So it's a really fun afternoon. It's a great class to take. And, if you're not part of a guild or you don't have, the opportunity to take a class like this hands-on, you can definitely check out the webinar and then just grab a kit and watch the webinar in the comfort of your own home. Because, we love, love, love webinars around here. All right. So a couple of other things I wanted to mention, there are opportunities to sew when you travel that are not connected to sort of a formal class, For example, we had our craft tours trip to Germany last November, where we did a Christmas market tour, and we went to the Sulky factories and saw the twisting facility in Stockstadt, and we saw the dye house in Austria, and among other great touristy destinations, not to mention tons of Christmas markets. And so we have the link now for our 2020 craft tour to Germany and Austria. And it's so exciting. We're going to put the link up and make sure that you guys click through to check it out, because it's a little different from last year. We're not going to do the Christmas markets. And I got to tell you, the Christmas markets were really fun. It's definitely a bucket list thing to do. But after a while, it becomes like, okay, I did the Christmas market. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking the Christmas markets. Again, super duper fun. But this year we thought we would try Oktoberfest. So if your husband is on the fence about joining you on this tour, just tell him, hey, join me for Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest is one of the crowdest, craziest times. So I've heard. I have never been there. But when you're traveling with Craft Tours and Sulky, we will have our own reserved picnic area at Oktoberfest. So if you're a little nervous about the crowds, you're a little nervous about getting around during Oktoberfest, you're going to be with tour guides, you're going to be with friends that you've met, and it's going to be the safest way to attend Oktoberfest without the worry and hassle of all that going on. So like I said, it's a great opportunity for your husband to join you, or just come along on your own, because we are going to do a hands-on sewing workshop this time, which is super fun. It's going to be one of the nights after we have an excursion during the day. So we will get a little sewing time. We will get some which the kit is included, and it's going to be super fun, exclusive project only for this group too. You might get some sneak peeks into some Sulky thread that isn't released yet, things of this nature. So you're going to want to come along and check it out. Also, along with Oktoberfest, we're going to stay in a little village called Ruhpolding. And it's such a quaint little town. I mean, you're going to feel like you are just backyard in the Sound of Music. Speaking of the Sound of Music, we had to add Salzburg to the tour because going there last year, it's just breathtaking. And I highly suggest you watch the Sound of Music before you come along with us, because all of the sudden you start seeing these locations that are all over the movie. And it just makes the experience of being right in the middle of Salzburg that much more exciting to say, oh my gosh, not only was the real Maria Von Trapp standing right where I'm standing right now, but also our beloved Julie Andrews. Okay, so sorry, I just geek out about it every single time because I'm totally into it. And maybe you are too, and you should come and join me on that tour. So at any rate, Craft Tours link is up. You'll want to check it out. But before we go to Oktoberfest in late September, we're also doing a cruise, you guys, a cruise to Bermuda. Okay. Now, if you're sitting in the middle of snow like I am right now, we've had nothing but snow for a week, it seems, and there's more coming tomorrow. Bermuda is like dream come true. Am I right? So this cruise is with So Amazing Cruises. It's called the Sew and Sail 7. And I'm going to go ahead and pop up our little flyer for the Sew and Sail 7 so you can check it out. Sulky and So English Fabrics are your special guest instructors for this cruise. So I will be teaching a couple of different projects. I'm going to be doing a quilt as you go quilt. I will also be teaching really cool thread effects using a serger. I should mention there will be Baby Lock Triumph sergers on board. So if you have not sewn with a serger, maybe you have a serger and you don't really understand all that it can do for you in your sewing, this is an awesome cruise to take because not only are you getting to stop at all these ports on the East Coast, we'll be going to Charleston, South Carolina, Newport, Rhode Island, and then, of course, Bermuda. Not only do you get to go to these awesome locations, but there's open sew like all day long on these sergers. There will be a Baby Lock educator there, so you can ask all the questions that you need to understand the machine and its functionality. You can bring projects from home that you want to finish on the cruise. But along with the 2 classes I'm teaching, the folks from So English are going to be teaching 3 garment projects, okay? In addition to that, there's also a Sally Tomato bag pattern that you'll be creating. So not only do you get to go to all these fun places, but at the end of the cruise, you're going to have 3 outfits, or 3 garments, I should say, a full quilt that's 60 inches square, a bag that you've created, and a really cute pillow that showcases all of this decorative thread work with really, really cool sulky threads, including some metallics. That's right, metallics in the serger, everybody. So it's going to be a lot of education. It's going to be a lot of having fun. And did I say Bermuda? Bermuda. I'm just going to say it again, Bermuda. All right. So we're going to put the link up for the cruise so you can check it out. Definitely go through that link so that they know that Sulky sent you. And yeah, this one is June 6th through June 16th. So it's a 10-day cruise, 10 days of fun on a serger. You know, it's pretty affordable for everything that you're getting. You pay a one-time kit fee, which includes all the classes, all the kits, all the fabric that you're going to be sewing on. I mean, it just sounds like so much fun. So I'd really love it if you guys joined me on that. Let me know if you're into it. If you have any questions, you can email info@sulky.com, or you can call the number on this flyer, and they're very responsive. They just can't wait to talk to you. They're great, great people. So, all right. I think that those are most of my updates. I'm going to, oh, hey, Deb. You guys, Deborah Kirchham is on the feed. I'm so excited. Deb joined me on our craft tour that I was just talking about to the Christmas markets. And Deb is a very accomplished quilter. Okay, she has her own store. She was out and about shopping with nothing in mind except what are my customers going to want? What are my students going to want? I mean, she's super laser focused on her business and her creativity is amazing. And I'm so glad that you're joining me right now. What's up? Good to hear from you. See, you guys, when you go on these tours, you make friends that you had no idea that, these people become part of your family so quickly. We created a group text when we were in Germany, and we still are using it. We want to hear about each other's highs and each other's lows, and we lift each other up, and we talk about the snow, and we talk about the Oscars, and we talk about everything through this group chat. And it's really like the greatest gift to have gotten to know these people on this cruise. And I really hope that you guys out there join me again for Oktoberfest. They helped me actually refine the tour and add some additional fun things for the one that's coming up. They were kind of, more than happy to give their feedback. And it was just such a gift getting to know those people. And I know that you will have the same experience if you come along with us again. So sorry to gush all over Deb right now, but it's just so fun to hear from her and to I just wanted to share that with you guys, that it's more than just taking a trip and going on vacation. You're creating these lasting friendships and these relationships that will be with you forever. So, okay, someone is asking, where am I located? Well, it's kind of complicated. Not really, but I am located in Colorado, and I work out of my home office for Sulky. Sulky is located near Atlanta in Kennesaw, Georgia. And funny that we actually both had snow on Friday. Now, I will tell you, me in Colorado, I had way more snow, but they get tiny little flakes and the city shuts down. So they had a little dusting on Friday. We got dumped on, but there was snow all around. So I hope that answers your question. Oh yeah, nothing but rain. There's, the crazy weather right now. It either drives you into your sewing room to sew more, or I guess makes you want to get out and sew more too. So I think that's why we had so many ladies at our guild event. I thought the snow was going to make everyone want to stay home, but actually they all wanted to get out of the house. And we had the event at a hotel. So if anybody got snowed in, it was no problem. They could just stay at the hotel. So anyways, what a great time. We did too. Yes, lots of snow, lots of snow. Again, be sure to like, comment, share this post. I really want to give away our Sulky toolkit today. We try to give away something at every one of our Facebook Lives. So be sure to tune in and make sure you're watching and sharing and engaging in the post so that you can also win. There's nothing like getting free gifts. Ooh, I should also mention, at the guild event, we had 3 prizes. We always do a couple of door prizes valued at $50, and it's just a ton of Sulky thread and different stabilizers and education materials and goodie bags. And then we have a fundraising package that is, I think, valued at $200. So the guild can raffle tickets off for that. They can give it away however they would like. And, it's funny, the woman that won the big prize at the end, she, of course, like so many of us, said, well, I guess I can't say I don't win anything now, because she was just over the moon that she won all this Sulky stuff. She got one of the empty slimline containers for her thread, which is so awesome because, I showed you all this thread that you get with your Simply Applique kit. That's a ton of thread. And then with our Sew Elegant kit, you get a whole slew of other types of thread as well. And she was like, well, now I can store all of my thread. So that's perfect. And then, of course, she got a ton of other goodies, stabilizers, like I said, more thread, a CD of embroidery designs, just all kinds of good stuff. So at Sulky, we're all about, making sure that you are trying out our thread, giving us your feedback about it. We really, really love to hear from you so that we can, grow and learn and change as needed and make sure that we are meeting the needs of our customers. So your feedback is very important to us, as are your questions. If you ever have questions about using a Sulky product or even just a sewing question in general, we are here to help you. We want to be your go-to for all of that. So be sure you can email us at info@sulky.com. You can hit up our website at sulky.com to get any of your Sulky products that you're looking for, or to get in touch with us, or to find our free webinars. And be sure to just let us know how Sulky is, how Sulky can better serve you. Let's put it that way. So thank you so much. Oh, good question. Sorry, I was going to wrap it up, but a good question just came in. Joyce says, what's a guild? So a guild event is geared toward the American Sewing Guild chapters. So if you are unfamiliar with the American Sewing Guild, please Google it, because the American Sewing Guild is an awesome resource for you. You can join the American Sewing Guild for a nominal fee. It's like a yearly fee. And then you're part of your chapter. So for example, here in Colorado, we have a Denver chapter. We have a Colorado Springs chapter, I believe. And some places that have more people interested, they might have several chapters depending on how big the cities are, things like that. So you find your local chapter. They have meetings. They have sort of yearly events where they'll elect their president, and they have a nice luncheon, and you can do sit and sews. You can do lectures. It's just there to support you in your sewing endeavors. It's a great resource for just joining a community of like-minded people who all love to sew, quilt, create. It's just a really great organization. And so once you become part of the guild, you'll start to be able to vote on things like, hey, let's have a Sulky educator come and teach us something. Let's, make sure that we have a luncheon, and maybe you want to do a free webinar altogether, something like that. So yeah, it's a great resource for you if you're into sewing and quilting like we all are. I highly suggest looking up your local American Sewing Guild. So, all right. I think we addressed most of the questions that came in today, but as always, tune into our Facebook Live series, So What? And be armed with your questions. You can always send us your questions on our Facebook page as well, and we will be in touch with you. So thanks for joining me again, everybody, and have a great day.